Alright, so going to be doing another commentary today. I didn't get any footage of my lower body day, which is the day prior to this, but here's the footage for the upper body day that I did. Started out with some face pulls and tricep extensions, just super light, and for a bunch of reps just to get the heart rate up, get moving around a little bit, and get the rear delts and scapula, just my back in general, ready to push some weight. I gotta make sure I keep the shoulders healthy, so that's one of the main reasons. And the triceps, just once again, just get the blood flowing and warm up the elbows a little bit for some pressing movements, which I started out the workout with the incline dumbbell press, 55 pounds for a set of 28 and 2 sets of 25. I'm changing up my pre-exhaustion a little bit, and you'll see that in the next video. Taking a little bit different direction, but keeping it fairly similar. Just slightly different, little bit different rep range, and going a little bit lighter and grabbing another set. Instead of doing just 3 sets, I'm going to start doing 4. And I'm also supersetting it with an antagonistic movement as well. So pressing and pulling. Even on push days, I'm going to be doing the pre-exhaustion with a pull as well. So you'll see that in the next video. But I got a set of 28, 2 sets of 25 for that, so that went pretty well. And then I did weighted pull-ups. I went heavier this week. I went 50 pounds of added weight for 4 sets of 8 reps. Last week I did 4 sets of 10 with just 45 pounds. And then, so today, well, this training day the pull-ups were pretty shaky. They felt pretty hard, but I'm going a little bit heavier, so it's to be expected. So I only got 3 sets on video. This is set number, and they may have been out of order as well. I had some troubles getting the video onto iMovie for some reason. I don't know if I just have too much shit stored. I'm not sure, but my computer's a little bit slower. So there's 2 sets, and the 3rd set's coming up. Yeah, a little bit of kipping there, but first few reps look fairly good. Once again, last couple reps, RPE, hard. Pretty much no reps left, I think. Next week I'm going to try and get at least 8 with a little bit better form for 4 sets. But if I can get more, I'll get more. So then we moved on to bench, went a little bit. No, I did the same weight as last week. I just got a few more reps. I did 175 for a set of 8, a set of 7, a set of 6, all super slow and controlled, just like that. And then I went a little crazy for me, and I just did a YOLO. I wasn't a true AMRAP, but I didn't do any tempoed or pause off the chest. I just went for it, which you'll see coming up. I believe this was the first set, and then I filmed one of the 2 middle sets, and then the last set I got 175 for 12, which is it's I guess as I expected I would be at this time. In the past I've gotten a lot more weight for similar rep range, so overall strength has definitely dropped quite a bit, but my weight's dropped. I'm a year post-op, which I feel good, but my strength hasn't completely come back yet, and I haven't been focusing on strength in the bench press. And I've also, on this day, prior to this set, this is the YOLO set right here, prior to this set, I'd done a lot of pressing volume with the 3 sets of bench, super slow and controlled, and then the pre-exhaustion as well, which I went heavier. I did 55-pound dumbbells today, so not today, during this training session. And I did a fairly close grip. This is fairly average grip for me, just because a little bit closer grip feels a lot better on my shoulders. Actually, closer and super wide feel good. In the middle, kind of, it's weird, but it kind of feels pinchy. Yeah, I think I got 12 reps there. In the past, I believe I've gotten 225, but pre-op, I got 225 for 14, 15, 16, 17s. It was mid-teens. I can't remember what it was. I think I have a video of it somewhere. So then I moved on to a superset of dumbbell shoulder press and the inverted bodyweight rows. And I did 4 sets of 15 reps for both of them. The dumbbell shoulder press, I went a little bit lighter, a little more reps on this workout than the last week, just because my pressing was super fatigued from everything prior. I think I may need to deload coming up here pretty soon. My stuff is starting to plateau. Especially I noticed my pull-ups. My pull-ups had been on a long streak of doing really well. And then this workout was just not very good. We'll see how tomorrow's upper pull day goes. Still my little bit heavier day of the week. We'll see how that goes. I was waiting on planning to deload when I had a bunch of studying and such to do, but this semester has been super, super easy, so I haven't hit that yet. So I may just deload next week and recycle my training block and figure out what to go from there. I moved on to the we got some new equipment in the gym, so I, rather than do the pull down, I did the low Yates row, which was awesome. I liked it a lot, and I supersetted that with the pec deck. 3 sets of 15 on each. I did 100 pounds on the pec deck, which is same weight, couple more reps than last week, just because the pecs, like I said, already super fatigued, and trying to get the form better on these. Not that, I mean, it's hard to do poor form on an isolation exercise like this, but I'm bending my elbows a little bit too much and using the little bit of momentum that you can actually do while doing this I was participating in. So I try and make those look a little cleaner. These are the low Yates row, brand new piece of equipment. It's awesome. Hits the traps really well. And I have been focusing more on the width of my back rather than the depth, thickness. So it was nice to change it up from the pull down, since I am doing so many pull-ups throughout the week, to another horizontal row. But this is it's a horizontal row, but you're pulling up and using quite a bit of trap, rear delts, and lats obviously as well too. So I really like these, and they're going to become. It could just be because they're new and exciting, but it's probably going to be a new staple, especially if I do decide to deload and pick a few different exercises for the next training cycle. This and the other one next to it that you can kind of see. It's more of a traditional horizontal row. Those are definitely going to be staples. Probably going to do 2 horizontal pulls and 2 vertical pulls, as opposed to right now I had just been doing. I was doing 2 vertical pulls and a horizontal pull, and the horizontal pull had been simply the inverted bodyweight row. Just to save my back. But my back is, knock on wood, feeling quite a bit better, even after squatting, not heavy, but comparatively heavy, past couple of training sessions for lower body, so that's a good sign. I think it could have just been trying to do too much in a caloric deficit and just overexerting myself, and I'm probably overtrained since I haven't taken a deload since, I have no idea, but I have a habit of only doing deloads when I have surgery, but that's what happens, and whatever. I love training, and I'm always going to. So taking a deload is really hard, but I gotta hunker myself down and realize that it's better for me, and maybe keep me out of the operating room for longer. So I moved on to some fat bar cable tricep push downs, 130 pounds for a set of 20, and then followed by 3 sets of 15. And I supersetted that rate with the easy bar cable curl on the low pulley, and I got 110 pounds for 4 sets of 15 on those as well. Got another clip of those two movements in here with my shirt off, of course, because halfway to 3/4 into the workout, you got to take your shirt off, even if it is 4 degrees outside. But got the gym up to a nice like 54 degrees, so I was warm and plenty warm. So got these in here today. Tried a new tricep movement that I saw from Alberto Nunez in the gym today, not on this training session, but it will be in the next video. I really like it. I've done variations that are similar in the past, but the specific cueing that he showed in his video, I can't remember if it was an Instagram video or a YouTube video, whatever it was that I watched. Probably his Bulking in the Year 3000 YouTube video series, I believe it was that. Picked it up from him, and doing it the way that he prescribed, it definitely crushed the long head of my triceps. Which he speaks on that is that you don't have such a good mind-muscle connection with the long head. And when you do establish that connection and you feel it, especially with the new exercise that I tried out, it is a killer for sure. And my triceps never get sore because I've hammered my arms for the past 8 years of training. So they are actually sore right now. So that's interesting, and I like it. It's nice to throw some new movements in there once in a while. I did some lateral raises. I did 20-pound dumbbells for 3 sets of 15, and then a set of 20 for with 15-pound dumbbells. So, getting my almost daily training sessions worth of medial delts in there. I have probably not maxed out my frequency, but I have gotten close probably to my maximal recoverable volume for my medial delts. So I'm going to continue to ride the wave on those as long as it'll go. Right now, I'm up to the frequency is up to about 4 days per week, but it's only 3 or 4 sets per day. So I guess if you consider some of the pressing movements as like a half or a quarter of an equivalent set, then I do have quite a bit of volume built up in the medial delts. But the frequency is really where I'm trying to crush them. So I'll probably, and I have been doing some upright rows as well on upper pull day. So I think I'm probably close to 20 sets per week on medial delts, but they're light, they recover quick, and I'm going to keep hammering those, try and get some more gains. And I finished up this workout with some bent over rear dumbbell flies. I like doing them seated on the bench like that with my feet forward, and just basically just lay my torso on my legs and get the rear delt action. All right, that is the video. Thank you for watching, and we'll be coming here soon with another one.